has to provide, and it's incredible. You really won't find anything like this anywhere else.
We got some more training for you today. This morning we're going to introduce Cody to crisis negotiation equipment and operations.
One of the things they've asked me to talk to you today about some of the equipment that we use when we're in the field. This is what we commonly refer to as the throw phone, all right? So this is what we'll employ when we want to talk to a subject that's barricaded or taken hostage.
We got a case, civilian. He's not expected to survive. He's got injuries, so this needs to stop. We got to go right now.
There's no one else that can
No, you're the only FSO, so we got to make this happen right now. Sorry, guys, we got a actual case. There's a possible civilian who was injured. Mr. Parker's my only FSO.
Sorry to interrupt. Are we able to go with you?
Yeah, we were told we'd have full access if anything happened.
That's fine with us. So here's the scene location. Okay. Sorry about this, but we got to make this happen like right now.
Okay.
Thanks.
So he's good?
Okay, try to get in.
Yeah.
Okay. Especially Massey comes in and lets me know that we have a priority case. You know, we're in the middle of working with Cody, but I was the only forensic science officer available at the time.
I'll call you as soon as I get out there and get things figured out.
Once you have more information, see if we need to arrange for a pathologist to come down.
Okay, let's go.
I was nervous because it's something that I live for. It's something that's the excitement, so just spur the moment. You don't know what's going to happen from one moment to the next.
Oh, jeez.
With the cloth over that indicates that he did die.
No.
But we're going to find out.
Yeah. When we arrived, I seen the victim being put into the ambulance, and in my mind I was like, wow, this is real. This is reality. Someone just passed away, and this is not good, so we got to go do what we have to do.
You know what, why don't you brief me while we're standing here?
Well, we get to the crime scene, and we get a brief from the agent on scene. Our suspicion was the victim may have been struck with an object, and the cause of death might have been blunt force trauma. It was leaning toward possibly a homicide, and you know, we're going to treat each death investigation like a homicide until we can prove it otherwise, because we want to make sure that we don't overlook something. We're going to be a lot more careful in the evidence that we collect and identify.
What do you notice about that wrench, Cody?
Looks like there's a noticeable handprint.
Okay.
I am super nervous at the crime scene, but I'm trying to stay cool and trying to make sure I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to do not to contaminate the crime scene.
Obviously, we have a lot of physical evidence. Now, we have blood, bloody handprint, bloody trail, bloody wrench. Right now, this is awfully suspicious. When we finish up at the scene, we find out that there's an interrogation going on back at the office. We're going to go back. I'm really curious to wait to see what this guy has to say.
Cody is getting a rare opportunity to observe a crime scene and the steps CID agents take in order to successfully process and investigate a potential homicide.
Something's just not really sitting right with me. Be very careful about making any assumptions about, okay, well, he probably hit him, or you know what, based on this, he didn't hit him, because right now we have evidence that can go either way.
They have to keep an open mind, keep everything fair, so they're just processing as it comes in to them and as they process the crime scene. But in their mind and the way it looks and how it unfolded, it looked like a potential homicide.
Agent Price. How you doing, sir? Mike Parker, I'm with you here with the CID office. Appreciate you coming in and talking to Agent Price. We have one of our assistants here. He's going to just sit and observe the interview. I think Cody's going to be a little nervous. He's never been exposed to something like this. He's had his internship at the Sheriff's Department, but he didn't get to do anything this in-depth. From what I've seen so far, he's done a really good job holding his own, but we'll see where the rest of the incident takes us.
Here's what I'm looking at. Try to see it from my point of view. Okay. You got blood on you. Okay. The kid, somehow or another, ends up laying in the floor with an injury to the head, blood all over the place. We got a bloody tool that was next to him. And when you put all those things together, I mean, what does it sound like to you?
Sounds like James fell on the ground.
He just fell down. We can't do anything about what's already happened.
Nothing happened. He fell on the ground.
Did you hit James in the head with a wrench?
I yell at him, I get loud, so what? But the last thing I'm gonna do is hit this guy with a wrench.
I've never experienced anything like this. I've seen it on TV and movies before, but to be there firsthand is completely different. My heart's beating a million miles a minute because at certain times during the interview, he was getting a little antsy, and I was like, I'm ready for this guy to lunge, and to protect myself, I was in like a ready position in the chair.
Okay. Hey, I appreciate it. Thanks. I'll let everyone know. Bye. Okay, Specialty in Charge got a call from the hospital. The agents are out there. The pathologist just found out the blunt force trauma, not a factor. This guy just had surgery recently and a blood clot. It traveled through and caused a pulmonary embolism. Wow. That's the cause of death. Okay, we need to let Agent Barnes and Agent Brock at the scene know what's going on.
All signs are pointing from the initial investigation of it being a potential homicide. Then it turns out to be a death from natural causes. It's like a roller coaster ride of emotions, especially for myself.
We got a call from the hospital. This guy died of pulmonary embolism.
Okay.
Okay, so what we're looking at now is no longer a homicide or a potential homicide. We know is a natural death.
That makes a lot more sense.
All right. So it's unfortunate that we had to interrupt your training from this morning and whatever else was going to happen today.
It's completely understandable.
Well, it's an unfortunate situation. The fortunate thing is we got to put your training into practice.
Yes, sir.
And you get to see how that training applies. Another fortunate aspect is this is another training scenario. This has all been set up. This is a training scenario for you.
You're kidding.
No, absolutely not. In the Army, we train as we fight.
What?
Right? We have to make our training as realistic as possible. This is Special Agent Michael Potter.
Nice to meet you, man.
He's our General Crimes Team Chief. He's one of the best agents I've ever had a chance to work with.
I was just blown away. I didn't know what to say. I was like, it was just unreal.
This was never designed to turn you into a CID agent.
Yes, sir.
But it is a path that you can take. If you want to work law enforcement, this is a premier organization to work for.
I can definitely see myself doing something like this, but I still have to talk it over with my other half, Sarah, and we have to sit down and really think about our future.
Soon, Cody will have to make his final decision to join the Army or remain a civilian. But before he does, Cody will meet with Army alumnus David Pauly, who after 22 years of service with the Army and CID, retired and is now a forensic science professor at Methodist University.
I went in, 18, no college. I got my bachelor's degree. The Army helped me. So something that Army CID does is actually send people to graduate school to get them top trained in forensic science for the benefit of all the other agents. If you retire from Army CID, the opportunities are just limitless. I don't have any of my peers that are retired that don't have a job. Whether you do 3 years, 6 years, or 20 years, you're going to grow your resume to a point that everybody is going to be seeking you out. I'm very grateful for what the Army gave me, for what Army CID gave me, and for all the opportunities I had while serving with them for 22 years. The Army will present you opportunities. Whether or not you take them is something else, and I wanted to stress that to Cody very hard today. So Cody, how about going and shooting some guns?
Yes, sir.
What I want to do is go out to the range. We're going to shoot into different targets. We're going to examine the bullet after it impacts the target.
All right.
Let's do this.
Sounds good.
Extensive knowledge of forensic science marks the sign of any good CID agent. Professor Pauly is showing Cody how forensics ballistics is used to analyze bullets and bullet impacts to establish what type of firearm was used in the commission of a crime.
This is just another piece of the big picture. It makes you a well-rounded either law enforcement officer or investigator. I wouldn't necessarily say that today gave me a definitive answer on enlisting in the Army or not. It's a big decision.
I've had an absolute blast working with you.
Yes, sir.
I'm impressed with your shooting. Now it's time for you to make a decision. I wish you the very best.
Thank you so much.
Sir.
Sergeant Jones, good to meet you.
You too. First thing I want to do is talk a little bit about Cody. It's a big day for him. How did he do out in his training with you guys?
He was enthusiastic, he was excited, motivated. And not only that, but he was really able to apply what he learned very quickly.
We'll see what he has to say about that decision.
Very excited.
Yes.
All right, let's see what he has to say.
Okay.
Cody, welcome. How are you?
Great. Doing great. Especially
Cody, good to see you.
Good to see you too, Sergeant Jones.
Today is the day. What's your decision? Are you going to join the Army or remain a civilian?
Well, everything starting from the training house with the blood spatter and the footwear impressions and all of the training all the way up until today with the ballistics test. It was such an honor. And as you guys know, I've mentioned before, Sarah and I both have obligations that we have to meet back home, including finishing our degrees. We're also getting married in less than a year. So we got these big events coming up that we have to continue to pursue. So I'm going to remain a civilian and continue an active pursuit in law enforcement back home.
Well, Cody, I can tell you that having obligations and knowing that you have to uphold those obligations. Absolutely respect that decision. It was great having you here this week and being able to train you and giving you a first-hand exhibit of what we do.
Yes, sir.
But thank you. Good luck to you and sir.
Thanks, Special Agent Parker.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The Army isn't for everybody. Some people make the decision to join and realize it's not for them. Some people bypass it, not knowing that they are perfectly suited for the Army. And if Cody does change his mind someday and joins the Army, I think he'll realize it was a good decision for him and his family.
Hello, my name is Sergeant First Class Andrew Summer from the Network Enterprise Technology Command, inviting you to join us in celebrating Black History Month from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. February 7th at the Greeley Hall Auditorium. This year's theme, African Americans in a Time of War, will emphasize the contribution of African Americans to the defense of our nation, from revolutionary times to the present, and gives us the chance to reflect on the contributions of African American soldiers. Embracing and celebrating diversity makes our Army strong.
New Parent Support Program is proud to present the Budding Bookworm Storytime. February's book will be Click Clack Moo on Friday, February 2nd from 10 to 11. We will have a special guest reader. Space is limited to the first 25 attendees. Those who attend will receive that month's book. For registration and information, please call 520-533-3686 or 571-414-1922. ACS is located at Building 50010 Smith Avenue.
Hi, John Meredith here with the Cochise Connection to let you know about some exciting new changes to our inner city transportation system. This month we will extend the current route, which will now start at the Douglas Port of Entry and end at the Benson Visitor Center, with stops in Bisbee, Sierra Vista, and Huachuca City along the way. An all-day pass is just $5. Monthly passes are $80, and student faculty passes are just $20 for 20 rides with the proper ID. You can purchase passes on your smartphone by downloading the Token Transit app from the App Store or Google Play, or by texting TOKEN to 41411. You can get 50% off every first purchase through the app. For additional information, call 417-7400 or visit the website below.
The show you are watching is real. These people are not actors. For the next half hour, you will follow a potential Army recruit with a backstage pass, learning about Army life, careers, and themselves. At the end, they'll make a life-changing decision: join the Army or remain a civilian. This recruit's journey starts now.
Hails from a military family and has been preparing his entire life for a career in the armed forces. He's an Eagle Scout who excelled at athletics and academics while always seeking a greater challenge. Caden is about to find out if all that hard work has prepared him for his ultimate test, the United States Army.
I'm Caden Gossard. I'm 19 years old. I am from Saratoga Springs, Utah. I'm a student. I'm a part-time worker. I've been considering joining the Army since I was like this little kid. The reason I haven't enlisted in the Army yet is because my dad was Air Force, my brother's a Marine. He's been a big influence because he's my big brother.
Do you have any feelings one way or the other?
I don't know. I'm really mixed right now, emotionally wise, on which one.
You really need to go for what you think is best for you, not for me or not for mom or your brother. You need to do it because that's what you want to do.
I'll miss you.
My week in Fort Hood, I'm hoping to gain a better understanding of what Army life's really about, and also decide between serving with my brother in the Marine Corps or going on and doing my own thing and join the Army and go for the dream I've always had growing up.
The challenging mission of the Army's M1 Armor crewman, or 19 Kilo, joins together man and machine. Armor brings speed, shock, and firepower to the battlefield to overwhelm and demoralize the enemy. Tankers use state-of-the-art weapon systems at decisive moments of battle to turn the tide or seal the victory. His whole life has led up to this moment, and Caden's finally ready to find out if he has what it takes. Caden, Staff Sergeant Jones, welcome to Fort Hood.
Thank you very much.
So, Caden, why are you considering the Army?
Well, I've always been interested in the military, and so like Army's been one of the biggest ones. Marines a little bit, because my brother's in it.
Okay, now, why tanker?
Well, I'm an adventure seeker, but I'm also looking for the next big challenge.
So you're kind of an adrenaline junkie.
Huge on that one.
All right, Caden, well, I'm going to release you to your mentor and your battle buddies, and you're going to start training, Caden. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Hey, how you doing, Caden?
Doing good.
Some First Class Whitehead from the platoon sergeant from 3rd Platoon, Delta Company 27 Cav.
Sergeant First Class Whitehead is an armor platoon sergeant with 11 years of service. He served 3 tours in Iraq, where he earned 2 Purple Hearts, 2 Bronze Stars, and a Meritorious Service Medal. He currently serves with the 2nd Battalion, 7th Cavalry Regiment.
So what do you know about this tank right here?
All I do know about the tank is that it's an Abram.
Okay, well this tank here is a M1A2 Set B2, main battle tank. It's the biggest, baddest killing machine on the battlefield.
The M1A2 Abrams is the Army's main battle tank. Armed with a 120mm smoothbore cannon, a 50 caliber machine gun, and the M240 machine gun. It has exceptional maneuverability and armor, making it the best all-around tank in the world.
All right, so let's introduce you to your crew members.
All right.
Brassy, Rodriguez, get down here!
All right, Kay, let me introduce you to Specialist Brassy. He's a tank gunner. And Specialist Rodriguez, he's a tank driver.
How you doing?
So the tank consists of 4 crewmen. You got the tank commander, who's overall in charge of the tank. You got the loader, who loads all the main gun rounds. You got the gunner, who shoots all the main guns. And you got the driver, who drives the tank. All right, so let's get him suited up and we'll get started.
Caden is about to get a lesson in teamwork with a tank crew. He'll see if he can meet the Army standard of loading the main gun in 7 seconds. The crew's survival depends on a fast, agile loader who can keep the main gun ready to fire.
Show him combat speed, Brassy. The reason you want to load that round in 7 seconds, you got to be able to load those rounds fast enough so we can engage that tank before it engages us. All right.
You ready to do it?
Yes, I am.
So we're going to get him up there and then see if he can meet the standard of 7 seconds to load those rounds. All right, when you hear me say boom, you're going to load that round. You understand?
Roger.
All right, I'm going to time you. Ready?
Ready.
Boom!
Oh, dang.
Go, hurry up!
Hurry up.
That'll
Take
engage you.
Shove it in there.
Put it in there. Oh! All right, that's a no-go. 14 seconds. We got to get faster. We'll get back to this so you can get this done. But for now, let's move on to some other training. Caden coming straight off the street. I don't expect him to know everything, but everything we teach Caden this week is going to tie in to when we go out to the live fire range and shoot the main gun.
Over the next few days, Caden must accomplish the prerequisite training and meet the Army safety standards for tank loader, gunner, and driver. If he fails, Caden will not be allowed to participate in any live fire exercises.
All right, Caden, you didn't meet the standards on the tank loading. We didn't really expect you to. We just want to impress upon you how hard it is to actually do that to the time standard. So next, we're going to roll into some functional fitness, which is going to help you load those rounds faster. The functional fitness we're going to be conducting today with Caden, it's going to help familiarize himself with the weight and dimensions of the different parts of the tank. So you're going to do this as fast as you can. You ready?
Let's do this.
Let's go!
Conditioning with the tank's components mirrors the tasks that tankers have to do in combat.
Let's go, Caden.
Like pulling tow cables, replacing track pads, or lifting 120mm tank rounds.
Getting tired yet?
No, Sergeant. Come on, don't stop now. You can do it. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Everybody in that tank depends on you. Just keep pushing yourself.
It was hard. It was really hard.
Keep pushing.
So I really had to keep telling myself, you can keep doing this, you can keep pushing. Don't let your teammates down.
Last one. Let's go. Always finish strong. Finish strong. Here you go. Push. There you go. Push, push. Push. There you go. What's there? There you go.
Not too bad. Good job. Hey, get him some water.
I didn't quit. I gave my all. I put my heart into it. Now I just hope and pray that I do better as I continue. Sucks, but I love it.
After seeing him run through the functional fitness, I think he's doing pretty well. It kind of surprised me. You can always go faster, all right, get some more strength, but overall, I think you did good.
Feel good after Baker PT?
Heck yeah.
All right, good job.
Other duties of the loader include operating the tank's secondary weapon, the M240. The loader must be able to provide a functions test, disassemble, and then reassemble the gun.
This is part of your criteria in order to shoot live fire. So in order for you to fire live rounds, I need you to see if you're able to do this.
All right.
Okay, go ahead.
No rounds are in. Weapons clear. Put it down.
All right, you already no-go because you close the cover and then roll it forward. I know you get a little flustered, but we're going to keep doing it until you get it right.
Loaders have to be able to maintain the M240 in the heat of battle. Any delay in clearing a misfire or a jam could compromise the safety of the tank.
Weapon is disassembled.
Reassemble.
I've worked with guns in the past, growing up with them. My family always have, but like nothing on that scale. There we go.
All right, good job. So you completed the steps and met the qualifications for live fire.
Awesome.
Next up, tank crew evacuation.
This is critical in case any member of your crew gets hurt. You got to be able to get them out of there and get them to medical attention as quick as possible. Seen this happen in real life before, and it works as long as you train at it and you get it done right. All right, go.
Due to the tight confines of the tank, it is difficult to evacuate an injured crew member.
Grab it and pull him out.
Caden needs to learn the proper technique to meet the safety standards.
I got you, don't worry. Get you out of here. Come on, take him up. Take him up. It's a team effort, it's not by yourself. Good job. There you go. All right. Now we can get medical attention. All right, good job. So how do you guys think you did?
You did really good, actually. I like how you reassured him. I don't think you knew at the time, but when you have an injured crewman or battle buddy, you always want to reassure them because they're not in the right state of mind. So that was really good. That was one thing I saw that stood out.
Now that Caden has become more familiar with the tank and its crew, he will get one more chance to meet the Army standard of loading the main gun round in 7 seconds.
The loader's job is very important with other crew members of the tank, because if he can't load rounds with that gun, we're gonna get killed. When I say boom, you're gonna start.
I can't say I'm gonna hit it, but I'm gonna do everything I can to get that standard.
You ready?
Ready.
Boom! 7 seconds. You're right at the standard. Once Caden met the standard of 7 seconds, I was quite surprised, very impressed. Today, we're kind of crawling. Tomorrow, we're going to walk. And then the next day, will be full running.
All right.
Be ready for tomorrow.
Roger that.
All right. Let's go.
It was exciting to be able to say, yeah, that's right. I did 7 seconds.
All right, so yesterday you got kind of familiarized with the tank. Today, we're going to get into the simulators, get you a better understanding of the gunner's station, and getting the prerequisites done for live fire training.
Sounds good.
Each member of a tank crew must become an expert at his own position and be familiar with the other roles, because their survival depends on teamwork. Now Caden is going to learn the gunner's position. On the battlefield, time management is critical, because every second that they are exposed provides the enemy a chance to attack.
When I'll say fire to adjust, you have to say all the way before you pull the triggers. Roger. Okay? There's a PC.
Identified. 1300.
Gotta move up. Fire to adjust.
On the way.
Target, ceasefire, drive back down. I don't need you to sing it. On the way. Now, on the way.
Roger.
On the way. Because that's more time you're taking to pull those triggers.
Identified.
Your range.
2000.
Fire to adjust.
On the way.
Lost. Relays. Get center mass and lays.
Identified. On the way.
I didn't give you fire! Wait till I say fire adjust. If Caden does not meet the safety standards, I will not let him shoot the main gun rounds. You fired one round without me giving you a fire and adjust, right?
Right.
I don't expect you to come here and be perfect, but that's safety, all right? You see how you can't become just a gunner overnight, right?
Right.
Okay. It takes years and years to get to that seat, perfect that position. So keep that in mind and just, learn from it. Don't make the same mistake twice.
Roger that.
A lot of work to do. We'll continue that, do a CCTT.
Now Caden will have an opportunity to experience the Close Combat Tactical Trainer, or CCTT. This is where they put all the pieces together to see how the tank crew functions on the battlefield. Caden is trained as a loader and gunner, and now he is moving into the driver's seat.
See if I got this.
Don't kill us.
I'm gonna do everything I can not to kill you guys.
Put it in drive.
Roger.
Go forward, left. See that road?
Roger.
Take that road and just follow the road. All right, back up.
I knew Caden was going to fail at first. Caden just needs more time training getting the ways of the tanker down. You need repetition.
Driver ready.
Take and drive, say it.
Take and drive.
All right.
Loader ready, stable loaded.
Gunner up, stable index.
Target just. On the way. Target. 6-5, down, back down. Crew report. All right, Caden, good job driving. All right, go ahead and drop out of the driver's hole.
So I was really surprised with the simulator technology. I thought that was cool, and it opened my mind a lot, like how advanced the military itself is.
What do you think you have learned from this, and what do you think you can do better?
Things I've learned from this one is that you got to practice a lot with this, and you've got to pay attention to detail.
The biggest thing I noticed, there wasn't any safety violations. That's the key thing we're looking for. So if guys are conducting safety violations continuously, there's no chances of live fire. And what you didn't do that, so good job.
Thank you.
Soldiers train hard, but the Army provides them with fantastic opportunities to relax and recharge. Fort Hood has hunting, fishing, paintball, and an archery range, to name a few options. Before Caden's final mission, Caden will enjoy some time at the skeet range at Sportsman Center with the tank crew.
Pull.
Yeah. Oh.
Hey, you nicked it.
Pull.
See, me and my crew, we came out, went skeet shooting and trap shooting with the shotguns. Yeah, I do it at home all the time. It's kind of nice to see that I don't have to give that up, even if I were to join. Any pointers?
Shoot the clay pigeon.
Pull! 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 Pull!
There we go.
Nice.
So what is it you guys usually like to do on base?
Whatever I do usually involves my wife and my daughter.
There's so many stuff that they have here that you really can't just name it off on the top of your head.
Army wants to focus on the soldiers' quality of life, keep the soldiers happy on the weekends, entertain them. They're going to work harder during the week.
You can tell that the Army really cares for its soldiers and their families. It's really nice.
All right, Caden, we're going to conduct your mission brief for tomorrow's mission. Currently, we are located right here in Tactical Alpha Alpha, Dakota. Tomorrow's mission, we're going to take the tank Delta 3-4 and move north up to Heat North. You're going to be driving the tank. Once we get to Heat North, I'm going to have you test fire the Loader's 240. You're going to get down, you're going to load some main gun rounds while Brassey's firing those off, and then you're going to get down into the gunner seat and fire off some main gun rounds yourself. What is your questions right now?
Just so I heard right, you just said I was going to shoot and drive tomorrow.
You're going to shoot, drive, and
load.
And load.
Load.
Okay, that's so cool. When Sergeant Whitehead said, okay, you're going to shoot the main gun, I'm like, oh, what? Okay, I can dig this. This is going to get real. This is happening.
All right, if you don't have nothing else, we can go get ready.
Yeah, let's do this. I'm excited. Oh, yes.
Let's go, grab a plate.
On the eve of the final mission, the tank crew enjoy a hot meal and some downtime.
What do you think about signing up? You gonna do it?
I'm still in the debate mode right now.
Got 2 days, huh? What was you thinking about?
It's been a battle between serving with my brother or going on and doing my own thing. And I feel a lot more comfortable here. Like, I feel like I'm in my own skin still, and I like the feeling I'm getting here already. The major reason I've been drawn to the Army is because they're a family. My crew, I felt a part of them. I felt like I was one of them. But at the same time, it's like tradition with my brother. It still kind of makes it hard on my decision, but I feel like my decisions come a lot easier the more I'm here.
Hi, Caden.
Hey.
How are you?
I guess I've been doing pretty well for a person who's just coming in off the streets.
So has this helped you at all to make up your mind?
It's been helping a lot.
Right now, I'm leaning more towards the Army.
Because like I'm really loving this lifestyle a lot. I can't give a definite if I'm gonna say yes or no, but if I decide to choose the Army, I really will be going out on my own way, my family, because yeah, my dad was Air Force, my brother's Marines, so I do have a few more days left here. I'm really, really hoping and praying that I can make my final decision. I love you guys very much. Thinking of you.
Okay. Be careful.
Yes, ma'am. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
All right, man, so today's a big day. You know, as long as you do exactly what I say, be safe, run smooth, and you should enjoy it.
This will be great. Let's do this.
All right. First, we're going to take Caden out on a little road trip, see how he does driving. All right, Caden, put in drive, well, please, parking brake.
Roger that.
All right, that's great. Slow down. Damn it!
I'm freaking out.
All right, dude, don't hit the brakes like that when I tell you to slow down. It means go off the gas. Hard left. The other guy was pissed off. When someone slams on the brakes, it feels like you're in a coffee can just getting rattled around. Understand the inflection of my voice. If I scream, stop, that means hit the brakes hard as you can.
Okay.
You know, if I tell you in a calm voice to slow down, let off the gas, ease on the brakes.
Roger.
Come on, let's go.
When I finally started driving the tank, I was terrified and excited. So like I had a huge adrenaline rush. But at the same time, I'm thinking I gotta stay safe. I gotta keep my crew safe. I gotta make sure I'm focused on a task of what I'm doing. It was a great time.
When we first took off driving, he was a little touchy on the brakes, but he figured out his mistakes and seemed to do pretty well. Now Hayden's gonna shoot the Lotus 240. Once we occupy the battle position, give him a fire command, and that's when he'll engage.
On the way!
Lower it, lower it. Brake trigger. 6-8 round butter, keep going.
On the way!
As I'm firing the M240, the spray, the burst, it was just awesome. Just hear the rat-tat-tat going. Super cool.
There you go.
Push it, slam it. There you go.
Caden loaded the main gun. I made sure he took his time to adhere to all the safety standards. I wasn't really worried about time. I just wanted him to be safe while doing it.
Identify tank. Gonna say about the tank. Range. 1680. Fire adjust. On the way.
Seeing that hammer go back, I was just like, you mess up, your arm could be gone fast. Terrifying, but wickedly awesome at the same time.
1,600 meters. Fire adjust. On the way. Left. Identify tank. Range. 1,600 meters. Fire adjust. Target, ceasefire, drive back down.
Now we'll move Caden from the loader's position to the gunner's position. Caden, are you good?
I'm ready as I ever will be.
He'll be presented targets, which we need to engage and destroy.
Identified!
Range.
2,000!
Fire adjust.
On the way!
Wrong. Don't make that right. Down to left, re-engage.
Identified!
3,000. Fire adjust.
On the way.
Target.
Identified! 1,400!
Now move up. Fire adjust.
On the way. On the way. On the way.
Firing the main gun, the adrenaline rush itself, just, oh, whew, I couldn't get enough.
Target, ceasefire, drive back down.
I came in looking for a challenge. I came in looking for something to push me. I definitely found that. It pushed me a lot. I saw things in me I didn't know I had, and it made me have to really work, and I liked that.
Before Caden's big decision, he'll meet a former 19 kilo who's gone on to be a physical therapist and start his own practice.
Hey, you must be Caden.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, Mike Spaulding.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome to Kentucky. My name is Mike Spaulding. I joined the Army in 1987, was in for 4 years. I spent my last year on a tour to Iraq, serving in Desert Storm. Drove a M1A1 tank during my time in the Army. Came back home, went to the University of Kentucky, and have gained my bachelor's and master's in physical therapy, as well as a doctorate. Now I own my own clinic. If you'd like, I'll show you around.
That'd be great. Thank you.
The Army led me to where I'm at by offering a structured foundation. I don't think I really had that coming out of high school. I really felt like the Army would offer that, and it has. It hasn't let me down. I used the GI Bill when I got out of the Army and got my bachelor's and master's in physical therapy. So I've been blessed that the Army had the GI Bill, so I actually had money to pay for school, because I could have never gone without that.
That's a huge step to come out of the Army, become a doctor. Made a big difference for him in his life.
Hi, Caden, this is Fred. Fred's undergone a rotator cuff repair. Fred was actually a tanker as well. He was in the Marines.
So we're noticing that the Marine's down and the Army guys are working on the Marine.
I can't argue with that. No comment. No comment. Well, I've been out of the Army for, going on 23 years. But there's still a lot of things that I take away from that every day. Having responsibility, having character, having integrity, the discipline that it takes to run a business. So all those things all started with that foundation that I got, back, 23 years ago. So, Caden, you've got a big decision to make tomorrow. What's pushing you toward the Army?
I have to say the biggest thing pushing me towards the Army is just like my desire and dream to be a part of it since I was little. I have a little bit of time left, I have a big decision to make, and I really need to make it.
Well, good luck with your decision.
Thank you so much.
Good luck with it.
Thank you.
Sergeant Whitehead.
Sergeant Jones, how you doing?
Thanks for meeting me.
Yeah, no problem.
So Caden's been with you all week. Tell me how he did.
Overall, he did great.
So where do you think he's leaning in terms of his decision after this week?
After seeing him in the gunner seat and see how excited he got over that, I think he's going to go for it.
Fantastic. Well, he's on his way here. We'll see what he has to say.
Okay.
Sergeant Whitehead.
Caden, how you doing?
Doing good.
Caden, good to see you again.
I see you too.
You've had this backstage pass to a little bit of Army life. What'd you think about it?
I really enjoyed it. I actually learned a lot about myself while I was here. It was nice to be able to see like another side of me and what I'm capable of.
Well, you've had a chance to look at Army life and the career, and like you said, you've learned so much about yourself, but today's the day, Caden. Are you going to join the Army or remain a civilian?
Well, I'm going to say yes, I'm going to join.
Congratulations, Caden. Welcome to the team.
Thank you.
Congratulations, I think you made a good decision.
Thank you very much.
Caden's a smart kid. I think whatever MOS he joins, he'll be successful at.
I felt a big change in me. I saw things in me I didn't know I had. And that actually it gets me more stoked to be in the Army, just to grow and be honed. And I feel like I made the right decision.
So today we're going to simulate that the Q1 behind us had a engine fire that caused a loss link with the aircraft and the ground control station. That would put the aircraft in an automated mode to shut down, but the engine would not shut down, and fire department will have to respond, put out the fire, shut down the aircraft to make sure it's safe so that we can move it back for accident investigation purposes.
There's a lot of switches and stuff behind the panels over here that they have to switch and push and to get the engines turned off, disconnect the batteries so that they can stop fuel flows and that type of thing.
It keeps us proficient onto the aircraft and knowing how to shut them down, and if there's any hazards on board, anything like that, whether it be the MQ, MC-12, the C-130, A-10, F-16, those are our typical aircraft that come through here on a regular basis.
The brakes will stay locked for 30 seconds, basically, and then when it loses power, or the power gets shut off, they'll stay ground locked until somebody comes out here and manually releases them. So,
bottom line is we want to make sure that everybody's prepared and we want to keep everything safe. We're in a prevention stance, but when prevention fails, and an incident happens, we want to be able to respond quickly and efficiently to preserve life and preserve as much equipment as possible.
Yeah, whether it's on the airfield or off out into the wherever it might come down. We have brush trucks that will actually go out if it's out into the wild and be able to do the same thing, because not only us down here at Station 3 on the airfield, but all the other crews at Station 1 and Station 2, we all maintain proficient.
Hello, my name is Sergeant First Class Andrew Summer from the Network Enterprise Technology Command, inviting you to join us in celebrating Black History Month from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. February 7th at the Greeley Hall Auditorium. This year's theme, African Americans in a Time of War, will emphasize the contribution of African Americans to the defense of our nation, from revolutionary times to the present, and gives us the chance to reflect on the contributions of African American soldiers. Embracing and celebrating diversity makes our Army strong.
New Parent Support Program is proud to present the Budding Bookworm Storytime. February's book will be Click Clack Moo on Friday, February 2nd from 10 to 11. We will have a special guest reader. Space is limited to the first 25 attendees. Those who attend will receive that month's book. For registration and information, please call 520-533-3686 or 571-414-1922. ACS is located at Building 50010 Smith Avenue.
Hi, John Meredith here with the Cochise Connection to let you know about some exciting new changes to our inner-city transportation system. This month we will extend the current route, which will now start at the Douglas Port of Entry and end at the Benson Visitor Center, with stops in Bisbee, Sierra Vista, and Huachuca City along the way. An all-day pass is just $5. Monthly passes are $80, and student faculty passes are just $20 for 20 rides with the proper ID. You can purchase passes on your smartphone by downloading the Token Transit app from the App Store or Google Play, or by texting TOKEN to 41411. You can get 50% off every first purchase through the app. For additional information, call 417-7400 or visit the website below.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Fort Huachuca and the historic Brown Parade Field for the quarterly installation retirement ceremony. The purpose of today's ceremony on this historic field is to honor our military retirees who have served their country with distinction. Lieutenant Colonel Yvette D. Galou has 25 years of service to the United States Army. Chief Warrant Officer 4, Julio A. Ovay Medellin, has 30 years of service in the United States Army. Chief Warrant Officer 4, David J. Hackney, has 29 years of service in the United States Army. Chief Warrant Officer 4, Lisa E. Stansbury, has 24 years of service in the United States Army. Sergeant Major Kelly M. Stransky has 23 years of service in the United States Army. Master Sergeant Shelby A. Goodman has 24 years of service in the United States Army. Master Sergeant Eric W. Grisham has 26 years of service to the United States Army. Sergeant First Class Vashay J. Brooks has 21 years of service to the United States Army. Sergeant First Class Anthony L. McCrae has 22 years of service to the United States Army. Sergeant First Class Johnny L. Moore Sr. has 25 years of service to the United States Army. Staff Sergeant Derman B. Simmons has 20 years of service to the United States Army.
Today is certainly a day to celebrate and honor transitions. And today, you pass your torch to those countless numbers of soldiers that you have influenced over your career. You have left the Army better than you found it and left an indelible mark on our service. You're all beginning a new chapter in your lives. You may be hanging up your uniforms, but you cannot escape your time in service. I suspect most of you don't even realize how deeply ingrained the Army values and lifestyle are now imprinted on your DNA. And that will serve you well, whichever direction you go.
I'm going to miss it a little bit. I miss the soldiers, camaraderie. Yeah, a little mixed emotions.
I'm excited about retiring. 24 years, been a good ride in the Army. I look forward to my next chapter in my life.
It's been a great 26 years, and I'm just ready to move on and see what else. Make way for those young guys coming up.
The show you are watching is real. These people are not actors. For the next half hour, you will follow a potential Army recruit with a backstage pass, learning about Army life, careers, and themselves. At the end, they'll make a life-changing decision: join the Army or remain a civilian. This recruit's journey starts now.
World of air traffic control, nothing can be left to chance. It's a job that requires critical focus, meticulous execution, and unwavering commitment. Civilian Aaliyah Pryor is hoping to overcome her own fear of commitment and achieve new heights in the U.S. Army.
So what are your interests in the Army, babe?
The Army has been in my mind since 11th grade, you know what I mean? I know it makes my dad super proud. My sister will be really proud of me.
My name's Aaliyah Pryor. I just graduated high school in 2013. The military means a lot to me because my dad's retired Air Force, but I want to be a cook. So it's either the military or culinary school. To me, I think the Army stands out the most just because a woman in the Army is just strong.
What would keep you from going?
There's all that talk about people change when they become a soldier. I definitely just want to be the same person I was before I go, just, you know, a little bit stronger.
Change is scary for me, but I'll probably be better than I am right now. I know I will be. I'm excited, I'm scared, I have all these emotions right now.
Well, I'm always going to be here for you.
So why didn't you go into the Army when you graduated after high school? What's been the holdup?
I feel like the only thing that's really scary about the Army is basic training.
I think once you get there, and you got a mindset and whatnot, I think you'll be fine.
I've tried to enlist in the Army twice now, and I always back down. I feel like the Army can help me with my confidence and bring that out.
I wish you the best of luck in the program and whatever you decide to do.
I'm excited, anxious, nervous, but I'm ready to start this and see what it's all about, because right now it is absolutely 50-50. There is no yes or no for anything, but by the end of this week, I want to make sure that this is what I want.
Aaliyah will find out if the Army can help her find fulfillment as she learns about the intricate job of the U.S. Army Air Traffic Control Operator, or 15 Quebec. For these skilled operators, success is measured in the decisive difference between a safe landing and a disaster. Aaliyah will train alongside air traffic control operators at Fort Rucker, Alabama, to see if she can overcome her fears and commit to the greatest challenge of her life. Aaliyah, welcome to Fort Rucker.
Hi, thank you.
Home of Army Aviation. You've approached the Army a couple times, but you haven't been able to make that commitment.
Honestly, I think it's just myself that's standing in the way. I'm a little shy, and by a little, I mean a lot. I just don't really feel like I have the confidence, and I feel like the Army would help me get confident. I've been really 50-50 culinary school for the Army, and I feel like this is the week that is going to help me, because otherwise I don't think I'd be able to make this decision on my own. And I just hope I get a good change out of this.
The Army doesn't change who you are, it just makes you a better version of yourself.
Right.
I'm going to go ahead and turn you over to your unit and your mentor, who you're going to spend the week with, and I'm going to see you at the end of this week, Aaliyah, to get that decision.
All right, thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
At close interval, follow it. Parade, press. You must be Aaliyah.
Yep.
I'm Staff Sergeant Doris.
Hey.
I'm going to be your mentor for this week to take you through the 15 Quebec process.
In Staff Sergeant Dory's 7 years in the Army, he served in Korea and participated in Operation Enduring Freedom. Due to his exceptional leadership and technical skills, he was handpicked as an instructor for new Army air traffic controllers.
All right, these are going to be your two battle buddies for the week. Specialist Coppersmith. Pleasure to meet you. And Private First Class Perez.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, too.
So why don't you tell the formation a little bit about yourself?
Okay, well, my name is Aaliyah. I just graduated high school. This week, I just hope to finally make a decision on what I really want to do with my life, and hope this is for me.
Anybody have any questions for Aaliyah?
How many push-ups can you do?
Right now, I'm about 2.5.
2.5?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Not quite sure what a half looks like, but we'll get you to standard. Don't worry about it. Platoon, attention! Fall out. All right, you ready to get your training started?
All right. Ready.
Shell 6 Heavy, straight in approved.
The Enhanced Tower Simulator at Fort Rucker is the newest and most state-of-the-art air traffic simulator in the Army. This training platform provides students with the realistic experience of controlled chaos awaiting them in an actual tower. Let's see how Aaliyah handles being thrown into a stressful situation.
Well, hello, Aaliyah.
Hey.
What exactly do you think 15 Quebecs do?
From my knowledge, I think they just, stop people from colliding and crashes.
Well, that's the majority of the game, so good job. This is your basic tower setup, okay? Your battle buddies here are going to be working the positions for you. And back here is Staff Sergeant Douglas. He's going to be our pilot for this scenario, okay? We're just going to kind of throw her right in there and just see how she responds, what she does, if she backs away, she freaks out, or she hangs in there without having any knowledge of it. The worst thing you can do right now as an air traffic controller is be silent. Don't be silent. Talk. Okay, they don't hear that. You're going to have to speak. Not head nod. All right? Let's put on our headset. We're going to attempt to land this plane, all right? All right, so listen up.
Karen's Tower.
Listen.
Karen's Tower. This is Shell 6
Write it down.
Heavy.
Shell 6.
Shell 6 Heavy is a KC-135.
Right, KC-135.
Over Dothan.
Right, KC-135.
Inbound for landing.
Tell them Shell 6 Heavy.
Shell 6 Heavy.
Karen Sour.
Karen Sour.
Make straight in for runway 24.
Make straight in for runway 24.
Wind 240 at 7.
Wind
240 at 7. Speak.
24 at 7.
Altimeter is 299 or 7.
Altitude is 29197. I have no idea what the numbers mean. I know I'm talking about wind and altitude. I know what kind of airplane it is. There's just a lot involved with it. It's really nerve-wracking because everybody else knows what they're doing, and I'm over here stumbling on my words, and it's just complicated.
We got to keep looking. We have someone in the air and we have someone on the ground, all right?
Karen's Tower, Shell 6 Heavy is declaring an emergency.
Okay, do you see it? You see the black smoke behind it?
Yep.
There you go. So it's an emergency. Okay, what do?
We have fire in the cockpit.
Fire in the cockpit.
Pressing straight in to runway 24. Mayday, mayday, mayday.
Who's more important? Do you know?
The ground.
Who's on the ground can stay on the ground. Who's up has to come down. All right, let's clear the land right now.
There's about to be a collision.
Okay, well, talk to him. Say Shell 6 Heavy.
Shell 6 Heavy.
Winds 2407.
Winds 247.
Well, now it's too late. All right, do you see what we have right here?
All right.
We now have a collision on the runway. Do you understand?
During the simulation, I don't communicate one thing, and then the rest of them can't communicate it to the other person. And it's just a lot, and it's not what I expected.
We understand that you're not going to be a 15 Quebec today. We know that's not going to happen within a week. She said exactly what a student at this stage in the training would have said, but she never did quit, and that's what's important. Let's go ahead and take off our headset, and let's get ready for our additional training.
The road to becoming an air traffic controller starts in the classroom, where a student learns about the different aircraft and proper terminology, all leading up to the FAA examination, a certificate they must have to move forward.
The FAA takes 2 years to do what the Army does in 86 days, but the Army has a higher passing rate than the FAA does.
Crazy.
LC stands for your local controller. That's who you are. At the end of this week, Aaliyah is actually going to land an aircraft in real life. So all of this training she really needs to work hard on to understand it and to grasp it so she can do just that. So now your ground is going to dispatch the crash truck.
Who knew it took so much to control an airplane and how they take off, no collisions. Very different than I expected. My battle buddies, my mentor, they're great. They really know what they're doing, and all their advice is really helpful.
Now that Aaliyah has learned some basic phraseology of air traffic controllers, she'll get a chance to put what she learned to practice.
What we're going to measure as a success is that we don't have those two aircraft bumping into each other again, all right? And is to get that plane down and safe and the crash crew over to it. All right, so here we go. Your name is Aaliyah and you're a female. Is that correct?
That's correct.
This is Shell 6 Heavy, and he's a KC-135.
Okay.
It's the same concept.
Right.
Let's make it happen.
Tower understanding report 3-mile final. Shell 6 Heavy, roger. Report 3-mile final.
All right, he's coming in. You got this. Shell 6 Heavy.
Shell 6 Heavy.
Wind.
Wind 240 at 4.
Where's he landing?
Runway 24.
Clear to land.
Clear to land.
Check wheels down.
Check goes down.
Boom. You're good.
Roger. Tower Shell 6 Heavy is clear to land.
Now that flow of communication.
Okay, emergency, there's a fire on board.
Aaliyah's got to work on really grasping these concepts, and she's really got to be more confident with it.
I have emergency.
If Aaliyah wants to be a great soldier, she's going to have to meet the standards, and she has a lot to work on.
Your crash truck is out there. Be good.
I had doubts about myself during this training. I've never done anything with planes before, and here I am thrown into this situation, and it was crazy, and I feel like, I hope I can get it right at the end of the week. I really do.
We're here to help you, okay? You need to listen. Right now, you are just dealing with one aircraft. You need to pay attention to your surroundings and try to let other people help you, okay?
That concludes today's training. You did fine coming right off the street. This is just like what a student would do. You made the exact same mistakes, and now we're just going to curb our training to fix those mistakes and get that knowledge that you need. You've had a long day today. Tomorrow's going to be even longer, and it's going to start very, very early. So let's go ahead and get you back into the barracks.
All right, thank you.
Your left, right, left.
Physical readiness training is part of every soldier's day. It keeps the body strong and the mind sharp. Unfortunately for Aaliyah, this is her biggest fear, and she's about to face it right now.
Where you gotta be loud and thunder, so you can say 6. 6! There you go. This morning what we're gonna do is PRT with Aaliyah.
She can only do about 2.5 push-ups. So we're gonna actually push her body just a little bit beyond what the civilian's gonna wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and do.
The success part of PT is not quitting, all right?
I expect Aaliyah to be totally exhausted. She's gonna want to fail, she's gonna want to stop, but she's not. We're not gonna let her.
You gotta do more than 2.5, all right? You got this. It's mind over matter. If you don't mind, it don't matter. You condition yourself to where you just wake up at 5 and you get motivated to be out there because everyone around you is motivated. You gotta drop it low.
You gotta bend your elbows.
Do not stop. Keep your eyes on press.
You can do this. Come on. Look at me. Look at me. You got this. Come on.
And go from there.
Don't say I can't. You don't say I can't.
Straight.
Come on.
Put your knees on the ground.
Butt down.
Here you go.
It was just really difficult, really overwhelming. I'm scared. I can't do this anymore. Come on. There you go. Right there. That was a good one.
Coming in, we could see that PT was one of Aaliyah's biggest fears, and I don't think she's conquered it quite yet, but she keeps pushing herself, and she doesn't give up. She'll meet that standard.
You're done. All right. You go.
I can't believe I did it. I think PRT was pretty eye-opening. It's what I was definitely worried about, but I can see myself doing it and doing this every morning.
Welcome to the Army. All right, let's go.
Welcome to Parents Tower. I'm going to give you a quick little brief on how we operate in this tower.
The purpose of this training is to get Aaliyah out of the simulator and into a tower. This is her chance to observe air traffic controllers in action.
Our flight data just got me a release off of Alpha Pad. Cross approach 24 and Foxtrot Pad and cross 180 Bravo.
Air traffic control, it's awesome. I have respect for everybody who does it because it seems just so technical and cool. And I definitely want to see myself there. You guys make it look easy, but it's definitely a lot.
The only reason why we make it look easy is because we went through 17 weeks of training at the schoolhouse.
Right.
You come to your first facility and you're going to go through that 154-day training program, and you're going to be molded into a highly trained air traffic controller.
Do you think you'd be able to enjoy something like this?
Definitely. I mean, if I knew what I was doing, I think I'd have a lot of fun.
Aaliyah's seen the concepts come together, and she's starting to understand the importance of what we do. Right now, her attitude is, you know, can I do it? But what we're hoping to do by the end of this week is kind of show her that you can do it, and you're going to get the training to make sure that you can do it. Welcome to the Lake Tulaco cabins, Aaliyah.
Lake Tulaco is one of Fort Rucker's premier recreational facilities, where soldiers and their families can get away for the weekend to bond or unwind. The Army places great emphasis on its recreational facilities for soldiers, given the demands placed on them during deployments and their tough training.
You know, after a stressful day, we like to relax a little bit too, let our hair down. And it's just a nice little getaway every once in a while.
Seeing the cabin is really good because, you know, most people think that the Army is just all marching. It's definitely a perk.
Do you have any questions for us? Army life?
Do you feel like the Army has changed you? Do you feel any change for good or for bad?
I'm more disciplined. You know, I have a lot more confidence. I know confidence is a big thing for you.
Every change that I've encountered has been a great change.
With Aaliyah being so young, 19, I was in Aaliyah's shoes. I kind of had a little fear, wondering whether I'm going to join the military or whether it's a good decision for myself. I have no regrets. I mean, this was an amazing decision, and if I had to go back and do it all over again, I completely would.
So, like, what do you guys do when you're not working?
I've been to culinary school, so, I mean, I like to cook in my off time. If that's something you want to pursue, you can even pursue that while in the Army with all these other benefits.
So why did you do culinary school at the beginning?
This is something I want to prove to myself. I met the challenge. I said, okay, I can actually do this. But being a chef, you're just one-faceted. You're multifaceted within the Army, and they help you achieve that.
Talking to my battle buddies and my mentors, that was good for me. They really helped explain all the different opportunities.
The Army gave me the means to go out there, start a family, be successful. You know, that's not really something that everyone realizes.
Seeing the cabin and the boats and the lake today, it really just shows me that the Army does care about their troops. I'm getting closer to making my decisions, so really sitting down and talking to my mentor and battle buddies have helped me. Thank you, guys.
You're welcome. Good morning, Leah. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good.
All right, you ready to get the final day of training going?
Yep.
All right, so behind you is the newest piece of technology the Army has when it comes to tactical air traffic control, okay? It's the MOT system, which is a mobile operating tower system, and you're actually going to set this up and getting it operational to the land aircraft. Your second phase is to bring that aircraft in, all right?
Okay.
Let's go.
All right.
This is Staff Sergeant Haynes.
Hello. Good
morning. All right, Leah, buckle up.
Air traffic controllers can't do their job without a fully operational tower. Tactical air traffic control means that they have to set up their own tower to conduct flight operations in areas with no air traffic control capacity. This 5-ton portable air tower and a truck system allows them to set up air traffic control wherever needed.
Everything that Aaliyah's already seen in the tower, she's now going to see it in a tactical environment. We have the same capabilities, if not even a little bit more. All right, let's get this thing rolling, man.
We need the tri-band. It's going to go back on the top. These are your antennas?
I had no idea I'd be working with such, you know, huge equipment this week at all. At all.
Twist and drop again. There we go. Now the second one going up.
They said I can't break nothing, but I definitely feel like I'm going to screw something up and break it.
Take a step back, take a look at it.
I think loosen the brown just a smidget.
All right, so what does that mean? This I think and stuff like that? You need to be confident. Is it straight? No, it's not straight.
Can you tighten your black and you loosen yours?
It's not a can. You're not asking a question. You're telling them a directive. Yeah. You're not playing question game. Tell them, please. Let's go.
Tighten your black and loosen your black.
Done.
Nope. So now it's straight, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes or no? I can't have you timid today. I need you to apply exactly what we've been going over. I need you to be confident.
I'm so nervous. I'm gonna need a lot of help from my teammates. My goal for this week is to get this plane landed, have all my lingo down. I hope I just can do a better job than I did in the simulator, because it's actually real life.
I don't need you to be sheltered right now. This is not the time for it. For Aaliyah, this is going to be a culminating event where everything she's learned over the week, she's going to be able to apply it. We're going to put Aaliyah into the mix to see if she has what it takes to be a 15 Quebec and also a soldier. All right, so you ready for a live aircraft now? Are you sure? You don't seem sure. Come on. All right, so you ready for a live aircraft now?
Well, yeah, I'm ready. Give it a shot.
All right.
Aaliyah has just completed phase 1 of her final challenge by setting up the mobile air traffic control tower. Now that the MOTS is active, she must wait for live aircraft to call and be ready with immediate assistance no matter what the situation.
All right, Aaliyah, all your hard work. Are you ready? Just take your time.
I have one more question. When he calls me, like the whole Spud 06 and then the...
He gave you what he wanted. Give it to him.
Come on. Just talk to him.
Who is he?
Who is
Spud
he?
06, hatch tower, enter right traffic, runway 36, wind 080 at 8, altimeter 3022, clear for takeoff, report base.
There we go. Just keep it up, Aaliyah. Keep that confidence up there. You're not asking questions, you're just controlling them, all right?
The hardest part for Leah is to stop shaking her head, stop losing her confidence, and know that she can do it. But she's got to be more clear, because the pilots hang on every word that you say. When you tell them to execute, they execute. And that's where the problem could come in. She doesn't understand that she has all the tools that she needs for this situation, and then she's fine.
Tower split 06, it is declaring in-flight emergency, partial call strong, smell from your immediate clearance to land.
Spud 06, hatch tower, runway 36, immediate right base, wind 080 at 8, altimeter 3022, clear to land.
Spud 06, immediate right base, clear to land, runway 36.
Okay, what do you got to do next? Do you have an emergency?
Team.
Yep.
Crash, hatch tower, emergency.
There you go.
UH-60.
4 personnel on board.
4 personnel on board. Request crash on site.
Done. Okay, done. There we go.
Spud 06, crash on its way.
Wasn't very difficult, was it?
Look what's going on.
See how quick that happens?
I think Aaliyah's decision, it might be affected due to, you know, the pressure of this whole MOS. It's not for everybody, it's not everybody's cup of tea. There's a lot of different MOSs in the military, but I'm not too sure if she's confident about this MOS.
All right.
Spud 06, hatch tower, go ahead.
Roger, Spud 06, we are down and safe. Thanks for the help.
Spud 06, you're welcome. Have a great day.
See? Done.
Perfect.
So you can breathe now.
Boom. On it. You got it.
Me and my team successfully landed a helicopter. It was difficult, but my mentor and my battle buddies want me to succeed. All their advice, they trying to get me to calm down. They definitely help me feel like I'm not alone. They, you know, encourage me, make me feel a part of a team.
You've got an extremely condensed version. You got a unique opportunity to see what ATC is like in just a few days.
It is frustrating when you're giving your trainees everything that they need, but she's just not taking a hold of them like I was really hoping her to. I think there may be another MOS out there that is there for her. She's just not realizing her potential. The Army has standards, and if Aaliyah wants to be a soldier in the United States Army, she has a lot to work on, but the Army will pull that out. That's what we do, and we do it together as a team.
Before making her life-changing decision, Aaliyah will now get the chance to meet former 15 Quebec Air Traffic Controller Thomas Jones, who utilized the training and values he learned in the Army and is now a civilian air traffic controller in Cleveland, Ohio.
For me, choosing between school or the Army, sometimes I feel like I have no other choice. Was it like that for you?
Nah, I think, and there's a lot of different avenues we can take, because I wanted to go to college, didn't have the money at the time, so I qualified for the GI Bill automatically, and then they got the college fund, so I'm like, they're gonna pay me to learn a job, they're also gonna pay me to go to school while I'm here, and I go and work as a civilian air traffic controller, and I sit next to guys who went to college for it, who may have $120,000 in student debt, but I had a better position because of the Army training, and so the Army was a great move for me.
The Army is appealing to me just because I think it's badass. I don't know, I just still have my fears and my doubts.
I had tons of fears. I was wondering if I could make it, if I could cut it. Everybody here, no one has done this before, so they're just as scared as you. It's just something new that we're afraid of, and we just go and do it, adapt, overcome, and it's like, why was I ever afraid of that?
So you don't have any regrets?
I don't think I would change anything, because without the Army, if I hadn't done it exactly how it happened, I wouldn't be where I am today. I wouldn't change a thing.
It's good to know. Seeing that he is a normal person and that he had, you know, the same fears and doubts that I had, but he made it through and gave me some more insight. And seeing that you really can succeed outside the Army, he's definitely helped me make a decision I needed this week.
Sergeant Dories.
How you doing, Sergeant Jones?
Good, thank you for meeting with me.
Thanks for having me.
So when I dropped Aaliyah off in the beginning of the week, she had a lot of fears and concerns. Fill me in, how did she do?
She did pretty good. She was very low on the confidence. We got her confidence higher, though, throughout the week. But when she started getting a little stressed out, she went back into her shell, kind of reserved herself. And we also did explain to her the Army has standards. But, you know, when she goes through the training, I think that really will show her, I mean, how much of a powerful woman she is.
Okay, well, let's see what she decides to do. She's on her way. Aaliyah, good to see you again.
Good to see you, too.
How are you?
Hey.
What was this experience like?
This experience was crazy. I learned a lot about air traffic control and just Army life in general. It was great. It was hard at some times, but fun overall.
She never did give up. She just pushed straight through. By the second day, I think we started seeing her grow a lot.
So, Aaliyah, today's the day. You have to make that decision. You have to commit. What's your decision? Are you going to join the Army or remain a civilian?
I'm going to join the Army, but I want to go home first and just exercise.
Well, congratulations. Welcome to the team, Aaliyah.
Thank you. Thank you for everything this week. I had fun. I learned a lot. It was scary, but it was totally worth it. This week helped me just become a stronger woman.
There you go, right there. That was.
I'm very thankful and grateful for my mentor, my battle buddies. They've really shown me to just have confidence in myself. I'm excited about my decision.
Boom.
Now that I said it out loud, yeah, it's cool. It's awesome. It's a good feeling.
Hello, my name is Sergeant First Class Andrew Summer from the Network Enterprise Technology Command, inviting you to join us in celebrating Black History Month from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. February 7th at the Greeley Hall Auditorium. This year's theme, African Americans in a Time of War, will emphasize the contribution of African Americans to the defense of our nation, from revolutionary times to the present, and gives us the chance to reflect on the contributions of African American soldiers. Embracing and celebrating diversity makes our Army strong.
New Parent Support Program is proud to present the Budding Bookworm Storytime. February's book will be Click Clack Moo on Friday, February 2nd from 10 to 11. We will have a special guest reader. Space is limited to the first 25 attendees. Those who attend will receive that month's book. For registration and information, please call 520-533-3686 or 571-414-1922. ACS is located at Building 50010 Smith Avenue.
Hi, John Meredith here with the Cochise Connection to let you know about some exciting new changes to our inner city transportation system. This month we will extend the current route, which will now start at the Douglas Port of Entry and end at the Benson Visitor Center, with stops in Bisbee, Sierra Vista, and Huachuca City along the way. An all-day pass is just $5. Monthly passes are $80, and student faculty passes are just $20 for 20 rides with the proper ID. You can purchase passes on your smartphone by downloading the Token Transit app from the App Store or Google Play, or by texting TOKEN to 41411. You can get 50% off every first purchase through the app. For additional information, call 417-7400 or visit the website below.
The show you are watching is real. These people are not actors. For the next half hour, you will follow a potential Army recruit with a backstage pass, learning about Army life, careers, and themselves. At the end, they'll make a life-changing decision: join the Army or remain a civilian. This recruit's journey starts now.
A military working dog and its handler work every mission side by side until they finish what they started. Bradley King is looking to the Army to help him finish what he started as a Marine 13 years ago, before his dreams were tragically cut short.
Look what I found!
My name's Brad King. I'm 31. I'm from Conroe, Texas, and I'm currently a stay-at-home dad. Get down, get down, get down. I was 18 when I joined the Marines. At that time, that was my dream job. You know, I was like, okay, this is the company I want to go work for.
That happens when former Marines play hide and seek. You can't find them. Brad, in his heart, always wanted to be in the military. And from the time I met him, that's all he talked about. I see you!
My time in the Marine Corps was cut short because my mom, she had multiple sclerosis, and my dad had a heart issue that was very severe. And they were given both short time to live, and I had to kind of put a hold on my dream and, you know, kind of come home, make sure that everything was taken care of and take care of them.
It was really hard for him to make that sacrifice to come home, but it was for his parents.
I kind of gave up on one dream, and I put everything on hold. I put my life on hold. Everything that I wanted to do, everything I thought I was supposed to be, I put it on hold. I lost my dad in 2008, and then my mom in 2010.
That's really when the wheel started spinning. Well, Mom's gone now. There's nothing really holding me back, except now I've got you and Lena. And Lena's been the biggest thing to keep him from going.
So what are your thoughts on going out to Fort Hood and trying out the Army?
It's a really good opportunity for you.
Yeah, deciding if this is really the right path for me. As much as I know about 31 Kilo right now, it is my dream job because I love working with dogs. That's going to fulfill things that jobs out here, that companies out here, they couldn't do for me. I just want to find my career, you know, I want to find what makes me happy. But then there's the other side, you know, I worry about Lena. I worry about, you know, not being able to spend those days with you.
There's my job, and I mean, I've put
You got a career.
years into that, yeah. I am a client manager for an HR company. Because of my job, I'm gone a lot. Brad is the primary caregiver for Lena. If he was to enlist, it would be hard on us because we would have to adjust everything.
You know, I'm looking at this experience as a second chance, you know, and as an opportunity to help me make one of the most important decisions I've got to make in my life. I'm gonna miss you know that, right? I'm gonna miss you. All right. I use this week to help me decide whether or not to join the military or to remain a stay-at-home dad.
Are you gonna miss Daddy?
You gonna miss me this much?
No, this much.
All right, that's pretty cool.
The military working dog handler, 31 Kilo, teams dog and man together. Man's best friend and a bad guy's worst enemy. Bradley set aside his dreams out of loyalty, and now he's ready to find out if this opportunity with the Army will help him and his family realize new dreams. Brad, Sergeant Jones, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So, Brad, you're looking at joining the Army, but why 31 Kilo or dog handler?
I think that, you know, working with the dogs and, you know, being able to actually see how Army life is and what all it can offer, that'll help me, you know, make one of the most important decisions I've ever had to make.
All right, Brad, well, I wish you the best of luck, but I'll be back at the end of the week to ask you about that big decision, if you're going to join the Army or remain a civilian. Good luck, Brad.
Thank you.
All right, guys, we got a lot going on this week. We have a visitor with us. His name's Brad. I hope you guys treat him with the same respect that we would treat everyone else. What's going on, Brad?
Hey, sir.
Staff Sergeant Sorella. I'm the narcotics NCOIC here at Fort Hood.
Staff Sergeant Adam Sorella serves as the Narcotics Detachment Squad Leader for the 89th Military Police Brigade at Fort Hood. During his 8 years on active duty, he served in Germany and has 2 combat deployments to Afghanistan. While deployed, Staff Sergeant Sorella and his military working dog, Nero, were responsible for numerous narcotic finds and supported troops in combat.
This is a very physical, emotionally demanding job. I'm going to introduce you to Specialist Schramer.
I'm Specialist Schramer. I'm an explosive dog handler here at Fort Hood.
Nice to meet you.
Specialist Schramer is going to be your battle buddy all week. She's responded to some really big real-world scenarios, so she definitely knows what she's doing. Would you like to introduce yourself to the kennel?
Absolutely. My name's Brad, a former Marine, and I really want this experience. I really feel that if I was to join the Army, this would be the MOS I'd want.
All right, Brad, you ready to work with some real dogs?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go.
One of the first things all 31 Kilo recruits have to do is test their fears, and Brad is no exception. This is where the bite suit comes in. A military working dog, or MWD, can run at speeds up to 30 miles per hour, bite with 1,400 pounds of pressure per square inch, and tackle their target with dominating force.
He's not going to try and bite and hang on to you. He's going to try and jump through you. Definitely some dangers getting in the bite suit. The dog's going to aim for a specific spot, but a dog like Paco is going to aim, and he's not necessarily going to hit that because he's so fast. So there's absolute danger in this. All right, Brad, you ready to meet Paco?
Yes.
I know he's really excited to meet you. First thing we're going to do, you're going to be non-compliant. So when she calls you, turn around and just start head running. And then Paco's going to do his job. Pretty sure Brad's going to get taken down by Paco. The Belgian Malinois are extremely fast. He's in for a real shock.
Hey, you come over here. Let me talk to you for a second. Hey, man, come here. Hey, ho, release my dog. Get away.
Here he comes.
Get away.
Oh, good. Good job, Brad. Keep moving.
It just kind of goes against every natural instinct that you have. You can hear the canine get released. You're running as fast as you can. You really don't know when the impact's going to occur. And then once it happens, it's like a professional tackle. And it's so intense.
All right, Brad. I know you got a quick little overview of Paco, but Special Schramer knows Paco in and out.
He's 5 years old. He recently got back from Afghanistan. I trust this dog with my life. I spend more time with this dog than I do anybody else. I love this dog. I do always call Paco my partner in crime. Me and this dog have been through some things, and you know, I've put my life on this dog's nose before.
Military working dogs are trained to be elite and loyal soldiers. They are a bullet that can be called back. A military working dog and its handler are specialized teams that focus on explosives or narcotics detection while also supporting troops on the ground and providing VIP security.
Well, I've been with my dog Nero for almost 3 years, and I've been with Nero a couple hundred days longer than I've been with my 4-year-old and my 2-year-old.
I didn't really understand going into this opportunity how much time they actually spend with their military working dog. As a stay-at-home dad, I spend a lot of time with my daughter, and you know, I take that time very seriously.
All right, Brad, I want you to meet Princess. This is your dog. Go ahead and pick up the leash.
I've never seen a dog like this before.
Yeah, she's unique. We need to know that you're gonna be able to handle the dog appropriately. And if you can't handle an ammo can, then you can't handle a dog.
The most important training military working dogs receive is obedience training. Obedience is the foundation of all military working dog training, and it's what handlers spend the most time on. This training ranges from simple commands to praise.
Oh, good job, Princess, good job.
You really need to bring that pitch. You really need to feel uncomfortable. If you feel stupid, then you're doing it right.
Good girl, good girl, good girl.
All right, that's better.
To situational awareness.
You see how he didn't freak out or do anything?
Absolutely.
He kind of just looked around like, what was that? That's perfect. Dogs don't work for paychecks, and they don't work for food. They work for that praise, and they also work for physical toys. Paco likes a tug toy like that. So unlike your dog that you have at home that probably has a massive amount of toys laying around, Paco only gets his tug toy when he does something good. He doesn't do it every time because then the dog will expect to get paid every time, and that's the whole purpose that they work.
Good boy. Yeah, buddy. Good boys.
Military working dogs are indispensable assets. 31 Kilos receive extensive training on how to keep their partners in the best shape possible. Everything from feeding and grooming to the not-so-glamorous tasks. But more importantly, all handlers must be able to provide medical care to their canines.
What are you looking for when you check the gums? What's a positive response and what's a negative response?
It's checking like hydration. See how it's pink right here? And I press on it and it turns white, but it fills up pink right away.
Okay.
That's what you're looking for, that's what you want.
You are the first line care for this dog. So we not only get trained on basic care like this, but a little bit more advanced as well through our vet staff. So when you're downranged on deployment, you can provide that first aid care.
This was a huge day for me. I feel like it was some really good training. It was awesome. And I've got a few more days of training before I have to make this life-changing decision. And, you know, I feel like I'm gonna need each and every one of them to make sure that I make the right choice in life.
Get him in step, get him step.
Although 31 Kilos spent a great deal of time training their military working dogs, they still have to find time to train themselves. Maintaining physical fitness is a must in the Army, and Brad is going to join over 400 soldiers on what's known as the Brigade Run.
Now I know how Paco stays in shape. First sergeant, when he gets out there and he calls cadence, that's all you're thinking about. You're not thinking about your feet hitting the pavement. You're not thinking about how tired you are, how much I miss my wife and daughter. All you're focused on is that cadence. It's just, you know, it's one of the best feelings in the world, and there's just nothing else like it.
You feel a sense of pride when you're out here running with your dog. You see the way everybody looks at you, it's the hottest job in the military, man.
See, you can't find a job like this in the civilian world.
No,
you can't.
Yeah, I want to sprint it out for the time. All right, let's go.
In the civilian world, you don't get that anywhere else. It's motivating, and it's the feeling inside of you that nothing else out there can instill in you.
I'm proud to say 3 soldiers and 3 dogs went up for certification. All 3 made it. Good job, guys. That is a tough standard. The Air Force, the Marines, and the Navy all have military working dogs also. At least in my opinion, we have the highest standards. And it takes a special military police person to be able to maintain those standards. You guys do a great job, and I really appreciate what you do day in and day out.
Being a part of this experience today, you know, it took me back to, you know, a long time ago when I had this life experience. It's harder and harder to think about how at the end of the week you have to make that decision. And everything that I wanted to do, the path that I thought that I should have in life, the path that I thought that I should be walking, you know, this is it. You don't want to ever say goodbye to this lifestyle. Paco, I'll never forget you, man.
One of the most important jobs for military working dogs is route clearing. Deployed units often call in a handler and their military working dog to detect explosives invisible to the naked eye. Thousands of lives have been saved by military working dogs sniffing out improvised explosive devices, or IEDs, before they detonate.
I really want you to pay close attention to his behavior the entire time as much as you can. What do you see right now?
Right now, he's high energy. He's in search mode, and he's really looking for those threats. Oh, he's found something. He's found a threat.
I need you to walk up there and pay the dog. Come from behind him.
Good boy, good boy. Yee!
Did you see anything different when Paco decided to respond?
When he got to a spot that he was really concerned about, you saw his body posture change.
Okay.
And you saw his ears change position. You've seen his tail change position. He's trying to tell his handler that, you know, hey, there's an issue here we need to address.
Right, okay. With this training, do you think you have a good idea of route clearance?
Yes, Sergeant.
All right, let's go.
Part of the way the Army takes care of its soldiers is by taking care of their families, too. The Army provides on-post schools, child development centers, child care, and family-friendly recreational activities. Although handlers must commit a lot of time to their military working dogs, they still enjoy time off.
All right, Brad, so we're out here at Laura, which is basically a humongous lake that's at our beck and call at Fort Hood. You can come fishing, you can rent kayaks, canoes, boats, cottages. It's probably one of the best places that I've ever seen in the military to come and bring your family.
I did not know that Fort Hood had anything like Belora. You know, they want their soldiers to still experience that family life and still get that quality time that they need so that they can go do the job that they need to do. And it's very impressive.
If you were to enlist, like, what do you think your wife would say?
I mean, it'd be challenging for my daughter, challenging for my wife.
Yeah, yeah.
And, you know, I mean, my wife's real supportive of it. There's just some unknown.
Yeah, absolutely. Family is extremely important to me, and I know it is for Bruce. So we kind of set him up with a surprise. From the way you've talked about your wife and your family, I know you love them with all your heart. So if it is for you, I have no worries that you guys will be successful.
Thanks, Sergeant.
So.
Oh, that's cool. When I saw all the soldiers with their families, it made me miss mine even that much more. How are you?
Good.
Oh, man, as soon as I saw them, you know, you almost want to cry. I mean, it's huge, you know? I mean, I just keep going back and forth between this dream job that I'm pursuing and stay-at-home dad.
Hey, Lena. Lena, do you want to go in the water park? All right, let's go. Come on. You guys want to go?
Pick one.
How you been?
Good.
Rough?
Yeah. It's been hard.
What, at home?
Yeah. I mean, it's different. Trying to adjust to you not being there. But we just try to stay busy.
Well, that's huge. That's one of the things that we talk about the most here, you know, is what kind of impact is that going to be on you and Lena? And so that's
so
kind of a recap.
Pretty 50-50?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
This is super hard.
Way to go!
So how do you feel about your husband potentially joining the military?
My concern is our daughter, because I work constantly.
The military has so many options for your daughter for schools on post, schools off post, before and after programs. If she likes soccer, or maybe she wants to play a little t-ball. Generally, anything you can think of, they have it on the military installation at your disposal.
The Army does care to make sure that everyone at home is taken care of. Those are some nice amenities that we would be offered here.
What we're getting ready to do right now is our final FTX, kind of a culminating event. We're going to take everything that we've learned this week and kind of put it into one training event. You ready?
Yes, Sergeant. Ready.
Well, we have a fellow MP unit on ground right now. They need our assistance. Let's load up.
When deployed, handlers and their military working dogs go wherever the fight takes them, reporting to all types of combat support operations. If Brad wants to follow his dreams to become 31 Kilo, this is his chance to see the military working dog team in action. In this final training challenge,